It seems like every day there's a new word, technology being introduced. A lot of these are buzzwords. They may be legitimate products and technologies, but often it's a way for companies to try to differentiate themselves. And so we end up using buzzwords. Hi, I'm Dawn. I'm in marketing. That may make some of you think that I use a lot of buzzwords and jargon, but I honestly hate it. When I talk or write, I try to avoid them as much as possible. Buzzwords are words or phrases that are fashionable or popular, especially in a certain context. They make you sound important, or they're used to impress people, because you're doing something very different from everybody else. The problem when we use buzzwords is we complicate things. It's harder to understand what it is we're talking about because we have to define what the buzzword is, and we have to cut through some of that crap to figure out what are we really talking about. Now, don't worry, I don't mean that DevOps is a buzzword. Although sometimes it is used as a buzzword. Some vendors say we've got this DevOps solution and we've got these DevOps tools. Used in that context, it's a little bit more like a buzzword. We use buzzwords to talk about projects and initiatives, like digital transformation. This is applying technology to enable new innovation, not just enhance or support traditional methods. This is also described as future-proofing. The problem with this is nobody knows what the future holds. You could do all this work to future-proof your organization today, and tomorrow a new technology is going to come out and change all of that. What we're really talking about when we say digital transformation and future-proofing is overhauling or modernizing or drastically changing things. These don't sound nearly as cool. It sounds a little bit negative. So we create a word to make it sound better. We also use buzzwords to talk about people. Read through job descriptions. We see a lot of companies that are trying to hire ninjas. I don't know why you want somebody that carries a sword wandering around your office. And if you don't want people with weapons, well, maybe you want a rock star instead. You want somebody who's a celebrity and wants this fanatical admiration and everybody to kind of worship them. That's really not what we're looking for. We also aren't looking for resources or assets. Resources are things like water. These are things that can be used and depleted. This isn't what you're trying to say. What we're honestly trying to say when we use these terms are people. And if you want to say people, say people. If you use another word, it dehumanizes them. Or worse, it leads to burnout because they're trying to be superhuman. We also we use buzzwords when we talk about products or companies. My least favorite buzzword right now is Uber for fill in the blank. If you're talking about an on-demand service, use it. Don't use Uber as a model of like a good company or something to do. We also talk about disruptive technologies. I think of disruption as a negative. This is somebody that's causing trouble. It's stopping things from happening as usual. Or next generation. Come on. You know, the next stage of development or of a product or service. You don't say version 2 or version 3, so it's the next generation. What happens after that? Come on. What we're talking about is there's an old way of doing things, and there's a new way of doing things. And we want to be seen as doing things in a new way. Yes, things are innovating. Things are changing. Don't come up with a new word to describe how you're innovating. It's innovation. I beg you, please, stay away from buzzwords. Use plain, simple English. Things are complicated enough, and it's so hard to try to figure out what people mean when you're trying to deal with buzzwords as well. Don't tell people we're working synergistically. Come on. We're working together. We're working cooperatively. We're working as a community to reach a same shared understanding. It really is troubling when you string a bunch of buzzwords together. It doesn't mean anything. What? So change is hard. I know that. Trying to change your language, especially when it's really ingrained in who we are, is very difficult. But I do hope that you do try to change and it doesn't make you want to hurl. Thank you.